Hello everybody, this is John, and this is I looked it up. It was supposed to be week 11 of Pokemon Battle. So last time I was one ahead of myself. We will have week 12 this week. So this is again me versus TTC. As you can see, my team was the exact same. I think he switched a few Pokemon around. He said the reason he's carrying Gyarados and something else now it escapes me is because Jirachi was giving him some problems, and also I think it was mostly steel types in general were kind of giving him problems. But anyway, so he leads again with Politoed. I lead with my Ferrothorn this time. You can see I'm going to build the Stealth Rock up, but I assume that's what I'm going to use on that. He is forced to pull out. He can't take a Power Whip. He does move in Gyarados. He gets the Intimidate up. Intimidate's pretty good on Gyarados. Lets him move in on something like Ferrothorn, and he doesn't have to be too afraid of taking a Power Whip or a Gyro Ball. No, he's not going to want to. You see he gets the Dragon Dance up this time. This time I do stay in again. I stay in, but this time I do use Leech Seed. I do have the Stealth Rock up and Leech Seed. Both important, especially against this. He's going to Dragon Dance again. You see he's going to be at +2 in both stats. That's going to make him pretty formidable. You see, I'm going to use Gyro Ball here. It was this battle. You see it's not very effective, but it does get a critical hit. It does a ton of damage because his speed's so high. And now this is going to take him down so low in health. Plus he still has a Life Orb on, I assume. He's going to use Earthquake Gear. You have to assume that's going to almost kill me if it doesn't. It doesn't quite even kill me. The Life Orb takes some damage off. Because it's Earthquake, Iron Barbs. That's the one thing about Earthquake I don't like, is that it doesn't activate the contact abilities. So, like, for example, if you had Mummy and used Earthquake, it wouldn't activate it. Even though it's like the only physical attack that works like that, to my knowledge. I mean, I'm sure there are others, but that's the only common one, I think. So he does move in Toxicroak. Gyarados has fallen. Gyarados was the big problem last time, so without that, he's going to be in some serious trouble here. So I already have a pretty huge advantage. I have Stealth Rock set up. His Toxicroak comes in. I use Leech Seed. He's going to use Pursuit because he thinks I'm going to switch out. It wouldn't kill me anyways, even if I had switched out, so it is kind of a strange move, to be honest. He does have Drain Punch, I thought, but maybe he was lying about that. Wouldn't be the first time he lied about a Pokemon he had. And you know what? You can't blame him for that, because you need every advantage you get, especially when the battles are as close as these ones. Both of these battles are very close. You saw the last battle came down really to my Electivire being Perish Songed. He did have Swampert last. Swampert probably could take me down, but he does switch around. He kind of was screwing around and almost threw the game away. Not really necessary for him to have done that, but he did do it, and he did manage to win. So you see he does some damage to Ferrothorn. He does, I have the Leech Seed set up. I come in with my Dusclops. He does use Swords Dance. He's got Dry Skin, so you see how much damage how much health it recovers is crazy. It's kind of unbelievable to see it go above that much. Leech Seed takes him back down, though not quite as much as Dry Skin does, but still pretty good. He is going to use Pursuit here. It does half my damage. You see after a Swords Dance, it does kill me halfway. I do burn him, though. That's going to nullify that Swords Dance. It's going to allow me to get a Pain Split in. It's going to do a number of things. So now he's going to take a Leech Seed and burn damage. That is going to nullify the Dry Skin. It might actually take him down a little further than that. So he's going to be forced to use Pursuits here. They're not going to do nearly as much damage, as you can see. This time, though, I'm not going to stall him out quite as well, because I do have far less health than last time, and he has less health as well. So the Dusclops is good for stalling, but only against Pokemon with high health, really, because he needs the high health Pokemon, basically Pokemon near full health, to build a Pain Split himself up. So it's kind of a weird stall Pokemon in that the weaker the opponent gets in terms of health, the weaker he gets. So you can see here I'm forced to use this move because I don't want to be Sucker Punch. That's going to kill me, even though the burn is sort of up. I do believe the Sucker Punch would kill me. Almost positive of that. So I'm stuck at 44 health. I can't really Pain Split back up. The Leech Seed's recovering me decently. Obviously I don't get Leftovers recovery because he does have to have the Evil Light on to make him this powerful. You can see he does use Pursuit again. It doesn't kill me again. So basically this is going to come down to, if his Confusion activates for me, then he's going to kill himself, and if it doesn't activate, then I'm going to die. That's really all this turn is about. Obviously, there's no point in him switching out. It wouldn't be able to come back in with the Stealth Rock and the burn. I wouldn't be able to switch out, because then what am I going to switch into, really? This is one of my good counters to Toxicroak. He does hit himself in Confusion, as you saw there, so I do win. I do win out that time. I do use Confuse Ray. Obviously, I didn't want to take a Sucker Punch, so I'm going to stick with those status moves. So he comes in with Jolteon. And this is sort of debate. What do? I'm going to pull back. I don't think I can take a move off of Jolteon, though it's hard to tell. Maybe I should have tried it to see what happened, because Dusclops, he's really served his purpose. I guess I can come back in on Ferrothorn later that he still is carrying. He does use Shadow Ball. That would have killed me, so it was a good move for me to pull back. I do move into Electivire, who obviously didn't want to take that Shadow Ball. I thought he was going to use Thunderbolt, since he could stab on that. That would kill me too. but he doesn't. He used Shadow Ball. Probably it was the right choice because even if I switched out, it was going to do a lot of damage to most things. Obviously, he uses it again for some reason. He might be Choice Spec. I do move in, and judging by his quick pull there, he is Choice Spec. He might be carrying Hidden Power, Ice, or Fire on him. He's not, obviously, or he is Choice Spec, stuck in the Shadow Ball. It doesn't do any damage to Ferrothorn, so he's forced to switch. I do use Leech Seed because I thought he would switch, and I thought he'd try like a Hidden Power, Ice, or something else. Either way, he doesn't. He switches into Ferrothorn. I use Leech Seed. It didn't do anything. Obviously, can't affect him. I didn't want to go Ferrothorn versus Ferrothorn. That's not a matchup that's any fun to watch, and it's not a matchup that's any fun to play because neither Pokemon can do anything to the other one. So I do move back in Electivire here. I believe he set up spikes, or maybe he just flat out switched. I'm sorry, I missed it. He is going to send in Swampert here. Probably the right choice. It was a good choice. Obviously, Electivire, one of the things he has trouble with is Swampert. I do use Cross Chop, so I do it does about a quarter of his health maybe. Probably would take 5 shots to kill him with leftovers. So not perfect, but that's okay. I do switch into a Cloyster. He does use Stealth Rocks. He's gonna pull back. The thing about his team is it did have a lot. I felt like it had a lot of reliance on Spikes and Stealth Rock being set up to do its serious damage because it does have a lot of support for that, and it doesn't have a Rapid Spin blocker. So you see, he sets up the Stealth Rock here, and instantly I'm able to just Rapid Spin away. And so the Spikes, the Stone, the Rocks, everything's gone. He's able to settle the Spikes here again because obviously, well, if he probably knows my Cloyster. Maybe you don't. My Cloyster is a choice set instead of the probably more common Shell Smash. That was kind of a mistake when I was training him, but it's worked out for me. He's done a lot of damage in spite of that, so I don't mind the set that much. So he does leave in Ferrothorn here. He wants the Spikes up, I assume. I'm going to use Fire Punch. It's going to do serious damage. He does use Gyro Ball. You can see it doesn't do enough. Obviously, Electivire not quite fast enough to get full power, and he's resistant to Steel type moves because that's one of the only strengths of Electric and defensive typing is that it's resistant to Steel. That's useless. Okay, so he comes in with Swampert again. This is pretty much a hard counter to Electivire as long as Swampert's around.